Hello, everybody. It is Saturday Night Live. Live. How are you tonight? How is everybody doing this Saturday night? It is great to have you here as we finish out week 36-37. Hey, Kitty, happy Saturday. Good to have you with us. Great to have you here. I hope all is well in Rochester, Illinois, and that you are having a marvelous Saturday. Marvelous, I tell you. My brother thinks it's a marvelous time to call. Had a decent day of sales. Whoa, that's not good. I'm dropping things here tonight. I am dropping all over our good morning, good night book. That is great to hear. I'm very glad to hear that you had a decent day of sales. We did too. You didn't know it from, it's weird when you look at the cameras, or I even stopped in for a little bit during the day. And, it never looks like it, but you never know. That's why I don't look at numbers now anymore until the end of the day. Hey, Joanne and Julie Jankowitz. It's Illinois Day. It's Illinois Lady Day. Oh, Texas is in the house. Hey, Kim. Great to have you here. Great to have everybody here this Saturday night. Tell me what you're grateful for this Saturday night. Tell me about your Saturday night and what you are grateful for. I want to know. I do. Forget why I was thinking about you today, Kim. There was something that brought you to mind today, and I can't remember it now. That doesn't mean you're not top of mind right now. That's just the way this mind works. You got to understand. There was a point today where I'm like, oh, Kim, and I can't remember why I thought, oh, Kim. But know that one point in my day, it was, oh, Kim. More than that, who knows? Julie's grateful for toilet paper. Well, I saw the story on the lamp. Yeah, maybe that was it. The continued story of the lamp. It's now arrived across the border. It was allowed across the border. Julie's got toilet paper, probably Costco brand. Congratulations. In a non-pandemic year, this is a tough weekend to go to Costco, though, Julie. I'd kind of avoid it. We're low on the spinach dip. Actually, I think we're out of spinach dip, but I don't know that I would have gone to Costco this weekend and braved it in a pandemic year. I did pick up an order at Home Depot, which was crazy enough there. Oh my God, yes. It was. It was a zoo at Home Depot, and I had a pre-order. I had stuff I ordered online, pick up, but it was a freaking. It was crazy, crazy. But whoa, online sale, like that. But it's been that kind of Saturday, so. That's all good. Yeah, I'm grateful that Kim found that, saw the story on the lamp originally, went out and found it, sent it, it's arrived. This is good stuff. I'm grateful for our community. Nice. My goal was I was going to get to Home Depot super early and then not have to deal with all the people that were there. And I still had to deal with all the people that were there. We needed ceiling tiles and some light bulbs and stuff, and I had to deal with all the nuttiness. The nuttiness, I tell you. Um, I did, but it is all good. It is all good. Yeah, we have the best community. We are greatly blessed by that. We are greatly blessed. We are. I had another employee test negative today, so that's a good thing too. I knew she would, but it's the process. She went in for her asthma, and they oh well, you're here. We got to check you for COVID, and I'm like, well, now you can't come to work. So it is a vicious cycle with that. So once they decide, oh, we're going to test you just for the heck of it, now you're out for 2 days until they come back with the results. So it is frustrating. It is frustrating. So, but we do want to keep our community safe. So I appreciate people getting tested, I guess, is the where I'm going with that. So it's okay. Well, let's get things started here tonight because it's Saturday Night Live. It is Self-Care Sunday Eve, and I had glasses here, I thought. I knocked them on the floor when I dropped the book. All right, folks, we start the program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start the program. Tonight we are on page 180 if you are following along in the book. Good morning. Subways may be slow. Traffic may crawl to a halt. Still, you're on your way. You're not defined by the speed of your surroundings. Your mind is racing. You're on your way, damn it. Dana's with us tonight. Hey, Dana, great to have you here. Speaking of testing there for a second, I just had an interesting stat when I was on with the local hospitals the other day. And they were really talking about, all their pivots and the things that they've learned and how, again, they're not the same hospitals they were back in March and April, okay? And they are not the same place. And so it was a good conversation, but the one stat that, caught me off guard a little bit was the cost to process their COVID tests. And when they get to a point that it extends beyond their lab's capacity, their internal lab's capacity, and they have to send it out, how much the cost skyrockets. It costs them, when they send it out, okay, when they can't do it in their internal lab, it costs them just over $100 to process a COVID test when they send it out to an outside lab. Okay, to process the PCR test, the gold standard. When they process it internal at the hospital, guess how much it costs them to process it? So when it's within their daily capacity, so when their issue is when it exceeds their capacity in their lab, because there's only so many they can process a day. But as long as they're within their capacity, so it costs them a little more than $100 when they send it out. How much does it cost them when they process it internally? Any guesses tonight? Anybody have anything? Getting hot tonight. Hang on one second, guys. Quick change of scenery here. I got hot there. $20 is the key number. Cost them $1.15 when they're able to process it internally. $1.15. So, I mean, I hate the disparity in healthcare costs. I mean, we see it just in getting anything done or getting your own prescriptions filled or getting anything done in healthcare in this country. But, hey, Krita snuck in there. Hey, Krita. Welcome. Hope all is well in Texas. But $1.15. I mean, I'm like, excuse me? I asked a follow-up on that because I just wanted to make sure I heard it right. Yeah, I mean, I was really, shocked by that. And they've certainly built their capacity. I mean, that is one of the things that everybody's been talking about. My conversation with the lieutenant governor this week, that is what they said. They said it's $1.15 to process the test. My guess, is it's excluding possibly some soft costs in it, but getting it in the lab and processed, they said $1.15 out the door to get a result. Okay, and that's just for the test itself. That doesn't count probably, getting the swab. And what I mean by that is, the cost of the person loading up in PPE to get the swab in the first place, but it includes the actual running of the actual test. And that is, hey Angela, great to have you here. But their capacity is much greater to run tests today internally than it was back in March and April. And that's, again, one of the key things that, the lieutenant governor said. I mean, healthcare, what I keep on saying about you guys is you are not the same as you were in March and April. All these people that I talk to keep on stressing how they are not the same. They are not the same. Yes, they're getting all these cases. Okay, yes, cases are up dramatically. But they are not the same in their response to it. Their ability to respond and deal with it is completely different. Still stressful to deal with a lot of it. Don't get them wrong, but they are not the same. So there's good and bad in all that, folks. There's good and bad in all that. But you guys did it. Another week. Week 36, 37. Tomorrow is actually a milestone for us. Tomorrow is going to be something special. You know what we're going to have tomorrow? We're going to have the Self-Care Sunday recipe of the week. Yeah, I get that, Kitty, because they're just burnt out. I mean, it's the same in our world. You need an outlet. You need time to be able to break away and decompress, whatever that is. Okay, this time here at 8 than ish every night is part of our escape. Okay, yes, we're talking about everything, but it's part of your escape. And this idea that you are always on, okay, is hard. And it's hard to be a nurse, a doctor, anyone in this, okay, anyone. I mean, it's hard to be a baker, a butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker during this. It's hard. Jennifer is with us. You have to take time, and that's why we have Self-Care Sunday. We have Self-Care Sunday throughout this, okay? And not all of us have been doing it on Sunday every week. Some of us do it on Wednesday, okay? Some of us do it on Friday. It doesn't matter, but the concept is important. the concept of that we are all going 24/7, okay, and finding time to, right, to take that mental health day, that your mental health needs it, okay. I'm here to remind you of it each and every week, okay. Not everybody has that, and it's hard. It's hard. And when you see, everything that nurses and doctors have been through, the fact that they're throwing up their arms and saying the heck with all this, okay, I get it. And, part of it is they can't see the next step. They can't see the end. They can't see it all. And that's what we've been working on throughout this. We didn't know what the next step was going to be. We didn't know, what anything was going to be. Okay? But we have walked this path since March. And, for 36, 37 weeks, we have walked this together. And that is how we are persevering. That is how we are walking hand in hand, people, to get to the other side of this. Hand in hand, passing toilet paper to toilet paper, whatever it takes to get all of us to the other side of this, okay? No store owner left behind is how we do it, okay? But taking that mental health time, like Julie said, she took one yesterday. That doesn't mean she can't take Self-Care Sunday too. But that may be her Self-Care Sunday this week. She may have to deal with other things. And you don't know what's going to get thrown at you next, okay? I've spent my whole life not knowing what's going to get thrown at me next. I'm really good at adapting to it. I get an awful lot thrown at me. But we're all going, and that's why we have Self-Care Sunday. So tomorrow is Self-Care Sunday. We will have our recipe of the week, okay? And the recipe of the week this week is ultimate brownies, okay, is the recipe of the week. We were talking about it all last week, and we will have ultimate brownies so that we can all have brownies because it's important. Brownies are very important to get us through, and to have these moments where we just take a breath. You step back and you take a breath. And mental health throughout all of this, okay? And it doesn't matter what you do. Even if you're just a mom, okay? Okay, even if you're just you and just a good friend. Mental health has gotten the shaft during this. I mean, it really has. It's been extremely hard for so many people. And they haven't had that time. But that is why we have it. That's why we talk about it on Self-Care Sunday Eve. We don't wait for Self-Care Sunday to talk about it. Because we want to make sure we're getting there and that we're mentally being in the spot where we can decompress. Where we can just chill. Where you can veg out in front of the TV. Where you can tune the world out for a period of time. It's okay, to tune the world out just for a little while, a portion of the week. You need it. You need it. Okay? That's what I'm telling you. That is what I am telling you. So, it's real important. But everybody, all these institutions are getting better. So one of the things because it's a short topic, I'm going to talk about tonight was my conversation with the Treasury Department of Massachusetts, because the Massachusetts Treasury Department actually mirrors a lot of other state Treasury Departments. It really does. And, one of their goals of the Massachusetts Treasury in understanding the needs of small business is providing resources, being a middleman, and providing access to capital. Melissa's taken self-care Sunday to the extreme. Lots of guac and sun, and slept for 12 hours without waking up in a panic and running 10 minutes behind all day. Love it, Melissa. Love it. I wish I was there with you. I wish I was having some guac. I love it. But one of the things in that conversation, so one of the things the Massachusetts Treasury does is it actually spreads the state's money around, and it deposits it at banks, and a lot of other states do this too. That deposits it at banks so that the banks lend it back out to businesses and provide access to capital at various levels. And one of the discussions that really became a focal point in this discussion, because it was both how does the Treasury help businesses today, but then in more normal times, how does it help businesses get off the ground in the first place? Okay, how does it help? How could the Treasury affect business and entrepreneurship getting stimulated within the state of Massachusetts, and following the same concept in other states? How could they do? What model could they follow if they actually understood what it takes to be a business owner? Okay? They get what it's like to manage the state's money. They got lots of it, okay? And what would it do if they could help businesses now and in the future and actually stimulate new businesses opening and businesses growing? And so it was a great conversation because part of it dealt with risk, okay, and part of it dealt with that making things easier, because the two things every business, and again, doesn't matter what your widget is, doesn't matter whether you're resale or you're a butcher, baker, candlestick maker, a dentist, a florist, it does not matter, okay? The two things all business owners have in common is you do not have enough time and you do not have enough money. You never have enough of either of those. Doesn't matter what your widget is, okay? You do not have enough time and you do not have enough money. And what banks and, quite honestly, the state are really good at is complicating access to paperwork by sucking up time that nobody has and burying you in paperwork. And that's fine if you're a person like me. Okay, you want 100 pages? I'll give you 200 pages. Okay? I'll show you, state of Massachusetts. I'll show you, banker. You ask for 100 pages, I'm giving you 200. You piss me off, and I'm going to give you 300. Okay? But I am the weirdo in that. Most people, stop at that point. Okay? And there has to be a compromise in that and making things easy to access, because most people that are entrepreneurs are willing to put up some risk. Okay, I mean, to start a business, most business owners are crazy enough to take all their savings, okay, borrow from friends and family, and max out their credit cards to get their business and their dream off the ground. Okay, that isn't most people. Okay, that's most business owners, most entrepreneurs. But that is not your average person who comes in and clocks in every day, okay, and is looking for the security of a paycheck, okay? That is a different mindset. So you're not going to have bad loans or bad grants on people that weren't giving it their all. And so I spent a lot of time explaining that type of mindset, which is completely different. Okay, and the risk level is different. Yes, there's risk. You're going to have some loans go bad, okay? but you're also going to have some loans and grants have huge wins and create jobs in the state and accelerate their growth. So, there's really some tremendous opportunity for the state to help, and states across the country to help affect that if they use their power wisely. I mean, they're already being smart with spreading their money across to all these banks with the purpose of them lending it. I mean, it's specific, okay, that they need to lend out the money that they're putting on deposit. So it was a very encouraging conversation because of where the questions went. And the time that they spent with me to understand those things and bring those questions forward and to listen to the responses. So it was, and support your business roadmap. Even if your business roadmap is written on the back of a napkin, or if it's a really advanced one and written on the back of the Chinese menu, at dinner, or with guacamole spilled on it at Melissa's dinner table tonight. I mean, however your roadmap's written, if they can start helping support some of that, it can accelerate business growth, job creation within the states. And so I was excited to be part of that conversation. And to see that states are doing stuff like this, because Massachusetts isn't alone, okay, in doing this, okay? Massachusetts isn't so smart that this is their brainchild, but that this conversation is happening and they're sharing it with their peers, the information from these conversations across state lines is very encouraging and points to a bright future for our states and businesses. So I am optimistic. I'm a friend of optimism. How's that? I'm a friend of optimism. I am optimism's friend. Something like that. So, yeah, I had to share that with you because it's so important what they're doing. So, and I was honored to be a part of that. So, talk to the state treasurer and everything. I always find it funny when they ask, we want to know what you think. Like, okay, remember, you people called me. You people called me. You people asked. Because I'm going to tell you. You people asked, I'm going to tell you. So, there you go. This video and everything we talk about here goes over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the very next day. Noon the very next day. Everything's over there, including the recipe of the week. The recipe of the week. It'll go up to Nart's private Facebook page later tonight. And then over to narts.org/resalestrong. And the direct link, narts.org/resalestrong, takes you right to the Resale Strong cookbook, which has all the recipes for all the weeks through this. We are on week 36, 37. We're closing out week 36, 37. We're about to start week 37, 38 because you guys are leveling up another week. Boom! In the can. You guys did it. Did it. Awesome. You're amazing. Amazing you are. I am here every night at more 8 than ish, and I'm here. If you have a question in between, you just email me. You email me at Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com. Neil at ECIstores.com is where you find me. Make sure you share all that info with all your friends in business so we can help everybody. Butcher, baker, candlestick maker, florist, doctor, podiatrist, who knows? Chiropractor, whatever they are, we're going to help them get across the line. We covered Treasury, I've covered Lieutenant Governor, and I guess that leaves us the retail doctor conversation from the other day that I still have to cover. And we will cover that because that was awesome, as always. Bob is a great guy. Great guy. So I got to share that, some stuff from that conversation. We'll dig into that tomorrow night. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book. Tonight, if you were not here at the top of the program, we're on page 180. Good morning. Subways may be slow. Traffic may crawl to a halt. Still, you're on your way. You're not defined by the speed of your surrounding. Your mind is racing. You're on your way, damn it. Our good night tonight is good night. Days may be slow. You may face setbacks. Still, you're on your way. Your tempo is not dictated by surroundings. Your heartbeat is your own. You're on your way, damn it. Yes, you are. You're on your way to Self-Care Sunday. Recipe of the week, ultimate brownies. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, possibly an inauguration. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. Didn't get invited to the last one. Probably won't get invited to this one, but you never know. I will be back here tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, brownie in hand. But until then, know that you, and most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. I'll see you tomorrow night, everybody. Have a great night. It's